So is social media the devil's playground? And how do we stop Satan, AKA big tech, from destroying society as we know it? Well, as my therapist says, let's unpack this. One time for Warren G and Nate Dogg, who said they had to regulate, and that's exactly what needs to happen to social media. It needs to be regulated, okay? It just has to happen. All right, let's compare social media to television for a minute. If I were to spread lies and misinformation over these airwaves, I could get slapped with a fine so hard you would have thought I was playing a game in the train station with this guy. Meanwhile, on Facebook, I can spread as many lies as I want, and Facebook would never get fined. Hell, I'd probably get a few thousand new followers who think being anti-vax is a personality trait. Now, Facebook might take that content down or ban me, but that's something the company does and not the government. And that's an important distinction. When it comes to regulating social media, the government is about as hands-off as a faithful black man in a room full of thought pockets. Thought pockets. Essentially, the government can regulate women's bodies, but not hate speech on the internet. These crackers want to regulate the wrong inbox, okay? And even after corporations damn near bankrupted our middle class, dumped more oil than the Eagle masseuse in our oceans, and turned a blind eye to more illicit deals than Tommy and Ghost, our government still condones self-regulation. Of course, big tech is like, get out my face, government, and go around the corner and get me a Black and Mild, a Mega Millions ticket, and a Bud Ice. And the government is like, anything for you, Instagram. You want some rap snacks to go with your Bud Ice? Because I know you like your rap snacks. The internet is like, somebody said Cardi. The internet is like deadwood compared to TV, which actually used to be even more regulated back in the day. For instance, salute to George Carlin, okay? There was a time you couldn't say shit, piss, suck a motherfucker, and tits. And for those of you listening at home, as you can hear, you still can't say most of those 7 dirty words, all right? Even though the government ain't about to ease up on me saying or here's a P word you can get away with. Propaganda. That's right. That's right. See, back when television was first introduced, the government put rules in place in the hopes of preventing TV from becoming a total disinformation machine. To do that, the government decided that TV stations, all 3 of y'all, could air political programming provided they give equal time to countering points of view. This fairness doctrine lasted from 1949 to 1987, when the FCC was under the administration of cracker-in-chief Ronald Reagan, who successfully canceled it, denouncing it as antagonistic to the freedom of expression guaranteed by the Constitution. Two sides of an argument isn't antagonistic to freedom, it is freedom, all right? These crackers simply can't handle a clapback, that's all that is, all right? Getting rid of the fairness rule also opened up a Pandora's propaganda box that has basically brought us to where we are today when it comes to news on TV. TV news is like a Tyson Fury knockout, but with more blood, all right? Fox News, Newsmax, OAN are out here getting crackers all upset by serving one side of an argument. Sure, they'll call it a back and forth when it's really just a verbal reach around. Y'all know what a reach around is, right? That's good. I'm the only sick here. There's no doubt that you can draw a line between the fairness doctrine being eliminated and a federal judge dismissing a lawsuit against Fox News after their lawyers argued that no reasonable viewer would take Tucker Carlson seriously. So what's the solution here? Well, for one thing, we need to recognize that freedom of speech does not mean freedom to reach. Just because you got something to say doesn't mean everybody got to hear it. Because at this point, we've seen what unlimited, unargued speech can do to the public. Crackers are madder than the Wu-Tang Clan at a Chappelle show. By the way, that's a compliment. Y'all know Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with. Come on, I wouldn't play with them. Come on. The fairness doctrine needs to be rebooted and reapplied to the places where it's needed the most, like cocoa butter on winter feet, okay? There needs to be more antitrust enforcement, but there also has to be more self-regulation. And I'm not talking about big tech. If you can't use social media in moderation, I'm talking to all of y'all out there and all of y'all watching, stay the hell off of it. And besides, who voluntarily enters hell? I know social media is addictive, but So is Chick-fil-A. And we know not to eat that all the time. In fact, they even close their doors once a week to keep us away, all right? They know we can't control ourselves. Social media affects our mood, our identity, our beliefs, and communication skills. We literally wake up in the morning and let social media dictate what we think about things. We let social media form our opinions for us. All right, the damn creators of social media platforms admittedly either limit or don't let their own children use it. So why the hell don't we? All right? As my Mounts Corner loved one said, my guy, Pastor Stephen Furtick, he said, you're comparing your real life to someone else's heavily filtered social media highlight reel. All right? That alone will diminish your emotional and mental health, people. So, is social media hell? Well, let's look at it. It literally feeds all of the 7 deadly sins. You got lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, sloth, envy, pride. Now, I don't know if Facebook is the mark of the beast, but the guy who runs it, his name is Mark, and he has a dog named Beast. That's a fact. Google it. Stay woke, people.